So the movie starts off with this creepy doll coming into the other mother's window, and she starts making a doll for Coraline. Bro, say what y'all want about the other mother, but her sewing skills are amazing! Come on! Nah, but for real though, what is the other mother? A lot of people think she's a spider, but what spider you know got hands like that? What are you, a robot? A cyborg? Where does this Teen Titans go? So the next scene is Coraline moving in and walking around. She hates her life. Nothing interesting ever happens to her, and she probably wishes she would just die. She makes her way to the well, and then a random dingy cat scares her to death.
You scared me to death, you mangy thing. I'm just looking for an old well. Know it? Not talking, huh?
Not talking? Did you expect this feline to speak to you? This ain't Narnia. That's not Aslan.
Do not cite the deep magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written.
So then YB comes out of nowhere and scares her to death.
Let me guess, you're from Texas or Utah, someplace dried out and barren, right?
You scared me to death.
Bro had this super scary intro just to start talking to Coraline like a normal human. What's wrong with you? If you did that to me, I would have threw you some gloves and told you to catch these hands.
You scared me to death.
And I don't like being stalked. Not by psycho nerds or their cats.
He's not really my cat. He's kind of feral. You know, wild. Of course, I do feed him every night, and sometimes he'll come in my window and bring me little dead things.
Look, I'm from Pontiac.
Huh?
Michigan.
Hey, Coraline from the Mitten too? Okay! That sounded so much like Berleezy. So after Coraline meets YB, she goes back home to her parents, who don't even seem to care about her. It's pretty sad. They bad parents.
I almost fell down a well yesterday, Mom.
Uh-huh.
I would have died.
That's nice.
So after talking to her mom gives her the doll we saw at the beginning of the movie that the other mother made. And so Coraline goes to her dad, but he doesn't want to be bothered with her either.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, yo, hold on! What's wrong with this dude's neck? Are you okay? What genetic mutation must you have where your neck is horizontal to your shoulders? Bro, you look so disgusting right now. All right, let me chill. Continue.
Oh, you know, this house is 150 years old. So explore it. Go out and count all the doors and windows and write that down. List everything that's blue. Just let me work.
So Coraline's dad tells her to count all the doors and the windows in the house. It's pretty boring. Coraline's life is boring. Why couldn't Coraline's parents buy her a DS or something? This movie came out in 2009. The Nintendo DS was like 5 years old. Get your daughter a DS. What are you doing?
One boring blue boy in a painfully boring painting. 4 incredibly boring windows. And no more.
So Coraline's doll moves places, which if that happened to me, I'm moving out immediately. That's not even a doll. That's a demon. But Coraline's doll moves to the secret door so Coraline can discover it.
Huh? Door so small.
We made a deal
Zip it.
Yo, why are Coraline's parents so mean to her? She hasn't really done anything bad this entire movie, besides be a little annoying. But there's really no reason that the movie gives us for why her parents are acting this way.
Girl, I think you are so nice. I give you bowls of porridge.
Pause! What is that?
Hey, yo! What are they feeding Coraline? Prison food? What, she got 25 to life? What is that, flibber flabber? Is this chowder? At this point, you can't even be mad at Coraline for wanting new parents. They're bad parents. They're feeding her glop for dinner.
My twitchy witchy girl, I think you are so nice. I give you bowls of...
After dinner, Coraline goes to bed, and then she gets woken up by some mice that lead her to the little door.
Huh? Something smells good. Mom? What are you doing here in the middle of the night?
You're just in time for supper, dear.
No. I don't care how nice these people were when they were talking to me. If I saw my mother turn around talking about, "It's almost time for supper, dear," with buttons for eyes, I'm going to rebuke her in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I just can't trust somebody with buttons for eyeballs. Coraline meets her other mother and likes what she sees so far, and goes to see her other father, who plays this song that he thinks is fire. It's pretty fire.
Making up a song about Coraline.
So after she meets the other father, they go and have dinner, and this food looks way better than the prison food her real parents were serving her.
Mango milkshake?
Bro, they barely let Coraline get a bite. She took one bite of chicken. One. Stop playing and put her food back on the table. So Coraline goes to bed, and she wakes up in her own bed, so she thinks it's all some weird dream. It wasn't a weird dream.
See you soon.
Coraline tells her parents, but of course they don't believe her. Every movie that you come across where something supernatural happens, the parents never believe the children until they see it for themselves.
It was incredibly real, Mom. Only you weren't really you. You were my other mother.
Buttons for eyes, huh? Coraline, you only dreamed you ate all that chicken. Take your multivitamin, at least.
You were in the dream too, Dad. You had wild-looking pajamas and orange monkey slippers.
Oh, orange. My monkey slippers are blue.
And her mom sends her downstairs to talk to the neighbors, Miss Spink and Forcible. But before she even gets down there, she runs into Mr. Bobinski, who lives upstairs.
Secret! Famous jumping mouth circus not ready. Little girl.
Bro, you can't tell me that this man is a human! He's blue! What are you? A Cell Jr.? Nah, but I later found out that they said that it was radiation poisoning because he was working at Chernobyl. But that's boring. Nah, man, this man ain't a human. That's what I'm gonna go by. Like, why would YB's grandma let him stay here? He's not safe. Why you gonna let him be around kids? Look at him. Would you trust him as your neighbor? Would you trust him? I didn't think so. So basically, Miss Spink and Forcible say what's up to Coraline, and they just tell her to be careful.
Oh,
Oh, Caroline. Caroline, Caroline, Caroline. You are in terrible danger.
She runs into YB, and he tells her about his grandma's sister who came up missing when they used to stay in Coraline's house.
You know, I've never been inside the Pink Palace.
You're kidding.
Grandma kill me. Thinks it's dangerous or something.
Dangerous?
Well, she had a twin sister.
So?
When they were kids, Grandma's sister disappeared. She says she was stolen.
Coraline goes to the door again. She's enjoying herself. The other mother's pretty nice. And she tells Coraline to go into the garden where the dad is at.
Your better father, dear. He's out in the garden.
But my parents don't have time to garden.
Shh. Go on.
Look, say what y'all want about the other mother, but her gardening skills are phenomenal. She can sew. She can garden. Bro, what can't she do? Other mother, please hit my line. After that, Coraline and the fake YB go and see the jumping mice upstairs, and it all goes great. Coraline has a great time.
It's wonderful, Wybie!
Coraline gets back in the house and goes to sleep. She goes on the shopping trip with her mother, and on the way back, her mom basically tells her that she locked up the door for good because of the mice that were running around their house, which, that's a pretty good reason. I don't know why the other mother sent mice to do her bidding.
No. Not a family of Jones imposters.
Then why'd you lock the door?
Oh, I found some rat crap, and I thought you'd feel safer.
They're jumping mice, Mom. And the dreams aren't dangerous. They're the most fun I've had since we've moved here.
How do you feel about a mustard ketchup salsa wrap for lunch?
A mustard ketchup salsa wrap for lunch? Bro, how do y'all not have food in y'all fridge? Maybe, instead of spending money to get Coraline a stupid uniform, you could actually buy some food for your family. Anyways, Coraline's mom leaves, and Coraline goes to the other world and goes to see Miss Spink and Forcible. The show pretty good. They good performers.
What a piece of work is man! How noble in reason! How infinite in faculty, in form and moving, how express and admirable! In action, like an angel! In
Then she finally makes it back to the house, and the other mother and her other father tell her that they have a surprise for her.
You could stay here forever, if you want to.
Really?
Sure, we'll sing and play games, and Mother will cook your favorite meals.
There's one tiny little thing we need to do.
What's that?
Well, it's a surprise.
For you, our little doll. Black is traditional. But if you'd prefer pink, or vermilion, or chartreuse. Though you might make me jealous.
No way! You're not sewing buttons in my eyes!
Bro, what is wrong with the other mother? Why would anybody do this on the third day of meeting somebody? Like, Coraline ain't built up no emotional connection to you yet, and you already trying to sew buttons into her eyes? Come on. Like, maybe you wait a little bit longer, build up some rapport before you talk to her about this. At least a week or two. Like, it's confirmed that you've killed at least 3 children so far. Did you wait 3 days for them too? Were they dumb enough to fall for this? What's going on? I don't understand. So Coraline runs to bed because she doesn't want buttons sewn in her eyes. I don't think anybody would. But this time she doesn't wake up in her house. She's still in the other mother's house. Yeah.
What's wrong, Coraline? Don't you want to play?
Yeah, I want a hug of your face. Get her.
Mom!
Coraline goes to see her other father, and he's all screwed up now. He's a pumpkin. He's scary now. And he's making Coraline even more scared of them.
Where's the other mother? I want to go home.
All will be swell soon as Mother's refreshed. Her strength is our strength.
So instead of trying to find the other mother, she tried running away, and she bumps into the cat again. He tells Coraline that the other mother only created a world that she knew, things that she knew would impress her, so there was nothing on the outside of the house, and that he tells Coraline that her only way out is through the door. He a good cat.
And what do you think you're doing?
Well, I'm getting out of here. That's what I'm doing. Huh? Something's wrong. Shouldn't the old well be here?
Nothing out here. It's the empty part of this world. She only made what she knew would impress you.
Coraline decides to go through the door to get home, but it's a trap, and the other mother is there, and she eating beetles. I don't know why she eating beetles. I don't understand.
Proudest spirit can be broken with love. And, of course, chocolate never hurts. Like what? They're cocoa beetles from Zanzibar.
Why does the other mother think scaring Coraline is going to convince her to sew buttons into her eyes? Like, any trust you built up over the course of 3 days, let me remind you, is gone now. Like, day 1, you fed Coraline. Day 2, you fed Coraline. And then day 3, you want to sew buttons into her eyes and eat up her life. Like, how impatient are you? Like, if you're going to criminal right. If you're going to kill right. Okay? Like, why not just forcibly sew buttons into her eyes? Does she need Coraline's permission? This is her world. She can do anything in this world that she wants. But sew buttons into Coraline's eyes? How this gonna be your world and you can't even do what you want? The other mother gets mad at Coraline and throws her into the mirror. And she starts talking to ghost children. It's pretty scary. This is a scary movie.
Apologize at once, Coraline.
No.
I'll give you to the count of 3. 1, 2,
3! Ow! What are you doing? Ow, that hurts!
The bell down. She spied on our lives through the little doll's eyes.
So the ghost children want Coraline to find their eyes. So Coraline agrees. And then she's snatched out of the mirror by fake Wybie. Yes, fake Wybie. That fake Wybie. Wybie imposter, okay? There's an imposter among us. It's fake Wybie. He can't talk, but he low-key a G because he helped Coraline. Anyway, he led her back to the house and through the trap door. Yeah. Coraline comes home and realizes her parents are gone. The other mother stole them, which I don't understand because if she can travel through the door, what was the point of her sending the mice to do it? And also, if she can travel through the door into Coraline's home and kidnap her parents, then why can't she sew buttons into Coraline's eyes in her world? I don't understand. Like, the other mother can come into their world and kidnap them, but she can't sew buttons into Coraline's eyes in her own world? How does that work? None of that makes sense. This movie don't make sense.
No, the other mother. She's got this whole world where everything's better. The food, the garden, the neighbors. But it's all a trap.
Yeah, I think I heard someone calling me, Jonesy.
Don't believe me? You can ask the cat.
The cat? I'll just tell Grandma that you couldn't find the doll.
You're not listening to me.
That's because you're crazy.
Bruh. This dude, why be a lame? He really judging Coraline like his grandma hasn't been telling him the same story all his life. How does this dude not put two and two together? Your grandma doesn't like selling this place to kids because her sister disappeared when she was in this house. And Coraline has the missing piece to the puzzle. This dude YB not a good friend to Coraline. He pretty stupid. So Coraline goes to see Miss Spink and Forcible because she need help. So they give her this object that's supposed to help her find the ghost children's eyes.
There you go, sweetie.
What's it for?
Well, it might help. They're good for bad things sometimes.
No, they're good for lost things.
So Coraline decides to go to the other world to get her parents back. And she immediately falls into the other mother's trap.
Coraline?
Mom?
Coraline! You came back for us.
Mom!
Darling, why would you run away from me?
Okay. How the F she fall for that? So Coraline challenges the other mother to a game where Coraline has to find the ghost children's eyes before the time is up. It's a pretty good idea. The other mother agrees and the game starts.
Why don't we play a game? I know you like them.
Everybody likes games.
Uh-huh.
What kind of game would it be?
An exploring game. A finding things game.
And what is it you'd be finding, Coraline?
My real parents.
Too easy.
And the eyes of the ghost children.
Huh. What if you don't find them?
If I lose, I'll stay here with you forever and let you love me. And I'll let you sew buttons into my eyes.
This movie mad long, so I'm gonna just skip to Coraline finding the last ghost kid.
I think I mentioned that I don't like rats at the best of times.
I think you might have said something like that.
It looked like you needed this one, however.
Thank you. I'm heading inside. I still have to find my parents.
Nah, but Coraline gets the third eye, and now all she has to do is find her parents. The ghost children tell her that she'll never even let her go, even if she wins, so Coraline gotta trick her now. It's a good trick.
Now, you're going to stay here forever.
No, I'm not!
Cheating girl!
Bro, come on! What is that? And let me tell y'all that it's only been 3 days since she met Coraline and she's already trying to eat her. Why couldn't she do this before? Like, I don't understand the rules of this world. Anyways, Coraline ends up getting away. And she make it back home. And her parents back. She happy.
Missed us? Oh no, you broke my favorite snow globe.
I didn't break it. It must have broke when you escaped.
And cut your knee.
Coraline?
Coraline goes to sleep. And the ghost children come to her in her dream and tell her to get rid of the key or the other mother will come get her. So Coraline goes to the well. And it's pretty scary.
It's a fine, fine thing you did for us, miss.
Well, I'm glad it's finally over.
It is over and done with for us.
What about me?
You're in terrible danger, girl.
But how? I locked the door.
It's the key, miss. There's only one. The Belden will find it.
So after Real YB comes in clutch, Coraline decides to host a garden party where she invites her neighbors, and that's the end of the movie. Yeah, the moral of this movie is, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. This movie was actually phenomenal. I was actually scared of this movie when I was a kid, but I just laugh now because it's kind of funny. Especially when Coraline goes to sleep next to these pillows and says, "Good night, Mom, good night, Dad." Y'all might call me messed up for thinking that, and y'all might say I'm going to hell, but I'm going to heaven. I don't care.
Welcome, Miss Lovat.
Oh, hello.
I'm Coraline Jones. I've got so much to tell you.
You're in terrible danger, girl.